Hello everybody, it's a pleasure to welcome you back to the channel, and with Fantasy League starting in just a few days, this is my current team lineup. We've got Stones, Gabriel, Estupinian, Johnson in goal, Maddison, Rashford, Saka, Diaz, Jackson, Haaland and Pedro, with Eze on the bench, a controversial first person on the bench there, as Eze against Sheffield United could be doing very well on that opening day of the fixture. So essentially today I'm going to be walking you through some other players that I don't have in my team that are really on my mind to get. Okay, so we're going to head over to the transfer section, and this year, by the way, I'm aiming for the very top spot in terms of Fantasy Premier League ranking, and you'll see straight away that my current strategy is quite a unique one. I've got 2.5 million in the bank. Now this is because I've got a few players that are differentials, for example Diaz, possibly Eze, Jackson, Maddison, and if I want to upgrade Johnson and if I want to upgrade those players, I want to have a decent amount of money in the bank just to cover my back in case a few of these gambles don't pay off. So for example, right, this is exactly the fixtures that we have for this first game week of the season. The players that I'm missing the most, if we take a look at the most selected players, and again, this meta kind of follows a lot of what the Premier League YouTubers say, I think somebody that is on my head a lot, Alexander-Arnold. So ideally, let's say, for example, this is a player that I'd like to get in, Arnold. However, currently, it's not that I don't necessarily can't have the money for him, because I could have the money for him, but it's more about I don't want to give myself too many selection dilemmas. I like my defensive Stones, Gabriel and Estupinian, and so I figured that Luis Diaz provides an attacking return like Arnold, so I'm going to stick with Diaz. But he is somebody that's really on my radar. Edison as well. I've always been a fan of having Edison. I know that AI says that, other goalkeepers are way better, but for me, there's something about him that I go, yes, I do genuinely want to have him in my team because I feel like he's got clean sheets galore in him, A Newcastle defender. Now, Botman has given me a few problems. Is it worth, upgrading to 4.5 and having him ready to go without having to waste a transfer? It's quite possible. However, I wouldn't be looking to get him in until game week 3 because Newcastle's fixtures are very tough until game week 4 onwards. And so even game week 4 is quite a tough fixture. So maybe even game week 5 or game week 6 is when I'd look to truly get a Newcastle defender in. So for now, that's why he's not in the team, but it's somebody that's on my mind. Reece James and Chilwell, these are both players that are heavily talked about by the YouTubers, and I think that they are providing me a bit of a dilemma as well. So we've got Edison giving me a dilemma, Arnold, Reece James giving me a dilemma, and then, Saka. Saka is also providing me a bit of a headache. Bruno Fernandes, he's in a lot of teams, but for me, I feel like I'm relatively content until Man United start scoring a lot of goals with just Rashford. However, I wouldn't be too opposed to getting in Anthony. 7 mil for Mount, but he plays a bit more defensively. Sancho's coming along slowly and nicely, but if Anthony, I believed in him at the end of last season, if he can really kind of get those numbers up, because he had a lot of minutes played, a lot of starts, and he got 4 goals and 2 assists. If he can get those numbers up, then he's going to be a real danger. And depending on when their new striker comes in and starts playing regularly, that could be another dangerous sort of differential to have in your team, which is why I like the idea of it. Again, coming over to Spurs. Oh my goodness me, Harry Kane, the drama continues. However, Spain, Son is somebody that's on my agenda. If he can bring out the performances like he's been doing a few seasons ago, if he can bring them out, then yes, I'd like to get him. Kulusevski as well. I think if Kane's scoring goals, a lot of the assists are going to be coming from Kulusevski and Maddison. I think that Son could also be scoring them along with Richarlison. And it just, for me, Richarlison's a good bet. Now he's a midfielder, but it mostly depends about his game time. Now, Kane is an out-and-out striker. If he stays, fantastic. If he goes and Richarlison goes up top along with somebody else, then he's going to be guaranteed to be nailed on into my team because of his position differential. But for now, getting Kane is somebody that I'd really like to get. And the same for, like I was saying, Salah. So we're looking at the 5 players that I'm really missing out on. Salah, Kane, Alexander-Arnold, and Reece James. And Edison, 5. So they're the 5 players that are really kind of not triggering me, but they're players that I'd love to have in my team, but I'm trying to figure out if any of them are worth the sacrifice of downgrading the majority of my team to bring them in. So if you have any ideas in the comments down below, I mean, Tottenham's goalkeepers. I've got 5 goalkeepers, goodness me. But if you have any ideas down below, please do comment them. Let me know. I'll be very keen to see what you think and keen to hear if you think I've missed out on any other players in my team. Like if I was picking a dream squad for Fantasy League, this would be my dream squad. So thank you very much. Leave a like and subscribe and let me know in the comments down below what you think of these players.